So let me just give a little background introduction about myself. My name is Eric Forst. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Blocksee. And we started building this company a little over a year ago. Let me rewind, tell you a little bit about who I am. I grew up in Reston, Virginia, outside of Washington, D.C., and studied political science at the University of Virginia. And then I went and got an MFA in poetry and creative writing at UMass Amherst. And like a lot of people back in the early 90s, I was really into indie rock and punk rock. And I played in bands. We used to go play at CBGB's. And I bring it up because that indie rock culture, we call it DIY, do it yourself. And it reminded me so much, reminds me now so much of the ethos of Web3, which is how can I take control of my data? How can I take control of my content, own it and monetize it? And we had that same spirit when we were putting out our own 7-inch records, creating our own record labels, our own fanzines, and creating our own economy around music because we hated what the mainstream had to offer. We didn't like the commercial alternatives, the commercial products that were out there. And so that really reminds me a lot of Web3 and really the invention of Bitcoin, which was how can we create this alternative to centralized banking, to this financial system that just abused all of us and crashed the whole economy. And the people who did that, they got bailed out and the little guys got wrecked. And that's really, I think, why Bitcoin came into existence. It's certainly why I got really excited about it when I learned about it in 2013 and 2014. And that was through a Facebook group called Radical Decentralization. Now, I should say I'm not a radical decentralist. I believe that decentralization is incredibly important, has amazing utility, especially for things like financial systems and even art and entertainment ecosystems. So just, in between MFA and indie rock and 2014, I became a marketer and ran marketing departments and was in charge of, learning all the new technology like HTML so I could build websites. 2007, I switched from running marketing departments to selling SaaS software to marketers. I worked for Visible Technologies, which was one of the first companies doing social media sentiment analysis and influencer identification. Then got into Bitcoin. It was really just Bitcoin and just an investment vehicle, and I was still doing other SaaS software companies. And then in 2017, Ethereum smart contracts came on everyone's radar, and that was incredibly exciting. I remember getting super excited about the ability to have Ethereum smart contracts that could, validate original ownership, original products. I remember seeing one of the early Ethereum smart contract companies validating for anti-piracy, validating authentic goods and creating a token that matched an authentic product. And, so I really got excited about how we could start to disintermediate other inefficient middlemen beside the banks. So in 2021, when NFTs went ballistic, and of course I'd seen CryptoKitties and I saw the 2018 implementation, but like a lot of us, when Beeple sold that NFT for $69 million and NFT Top Shot started blowing up for NBA videos, it was really a wake up call. And I spent a lot of time looking at how we could provide utility for artists and musicians through NFTs. And then luckily I met Josh, my co-founder, at the beginning of last year, and he's an NFT artist and like me, also a professional marketer. He was doing ad buying, social media ad buying for Fortune 500 companies and spinning the dials on the Facebook ad manager all day. And then at night, trying to sell his own NFTs. And so let me share my screen, show you guys a few slides, and then I'll show you a quick Blocksee demo. You guys seeing my screen all right? Yes?
You're good, yep.
Cool. Got it. Was that thumbs up, Max?
Yep.
Got it.
Big
Great.
time thumbs up.
Perfect. So what Josh was having to do was use at least all of these different tools here, go to Etherscan and find wallets, copy and paste those into an Excel sheet and sort those, and then do an actual list build and pre-mint, minty NFTs in a tool like Manifold, create a token gated experience in the Discord for his community using Collabland, and then have to put, your customers into Discord, which is really a terrible user experience for a lot of people who don't like all this spam and scam, and it can be a confusing platform to use. So we got to work building Blocksee to make it really easy to do all of these things in one place. And now today we've got over 24 beta testers who've signed up. We launched the beta product in December of last year. And these are some of the top use cases that our customers are using it for, to find all of their existing customers or affinity groups of customers. And, if you're launching a mobile game, you can load in Axie Infinity and start marketing to a whole bunch of, blockchain gaming people. You can airdrop and email in a single action. We've just created an integration to HubSpot and SendGrid. You can token gate a chat, you can token gate a community, and we'll look at how we can token gate the Crypto Oracle videos. We can issue certificates of completion and attendance, which is what we're working with American Crypto Academy to do. And you can create ticketing and coupon offers, which our clients are already starting to use. There's an NFT marketplace widget I'll show everyone, as well as marketing flyers and promotions that you can create. We did a Crypto Oracle collective webinar on this topic a few months ago about the wallet being the new cookie, or the wallet being the new CRM. And we do believe this is one of the greatest opportunities in this space, an investor opportunity, and an opportunity for our company to really create value, which is to match off-chain first-party data that people give you voluntarily and opt in, which then enriches the user profile so that you have all their wallet data. You can understand everything they own, and we can start to run AI and big data analytics to infer from lists of wallet holders lookalike audiences of wallets that look like they're probably gaming NFT enthusiasts or film buff NFT enthusiasts, so that you could create targeting lists in Blocksee, just like you're used to doing in Web2 using cookie data. So let's take a look at our demo, and I can show you how all of this works. So when you log in to Blocksee, it puts you into a project page where you can see all the projects you've already set up. Super easy to set up a new project. You give it a name, you paste in the smart contract address of the collection that you want to look at all the holders, select the chain that it's on. We built this version of the product on Ethereum and Polygon. We'll be adding Solana, BNB, Tezos, all the major chains. Once a collection is set up, I log in and I'm able to see a list in 3 different funnels broken out. So I'll have the holders list of everyone who has my token. I'll see an inactive folder, which is going to be previous holders. People have held my NFT in the past, and so maybe want to reactivate them through a campaign. And then my community funnel shows everyone who's opted in and given data, because there's an incentive. Enter your email address to activate your NFT for the game, or there's all kinds of incentives. You can require an email address to get in the community. So in the holders list, I can apply filters if I want to find everyone who has more than X project NFTs, or more than X of my ERC20 token. This is where we can start to build those token gated lists. Like, okay, you have to have 100 Crypto Oracle collected tokens in your wallet, and I can find the list of all the people who have that. And then that list can create that token gated access that we were just talking about. And so it's really easy. Once I find those filtered wallets, I can just then grab that list, add it, to click this add to list button, and then in the audience tab is where I'm going to get all the lists that are already built and saved. So a little second here. And while my computer network decides it wants to refresh. There we go. So now I've got all the Moody's mega holders in a list that I built. These are all the 20 or more holders, and I can sort them and see who they are. I can click through on the wallet and see that user profile and see all the tokens they hold. And if they had opted in and given their data voluntarily, I would see it here. I can also update a list of wallets if I happen to have a CSV file. I can jumpstart a project that way. So when I grab a list of wallets, I can then click this airdrop button. And now if I have an NFT that already has 23 copies of it in my MetaMask wallet, I'm looking at the contents here of my NFT collection, I could just instantly, I could airdrop it to that list right now, but I don't have one that meets that criteria. So what I can do is I can create an NFT, or I can go into one that I've already created and look at it. So this is just a Blocksee bug NFT I made. It's really easy to upload the artwork, give it a name, select the chain you want to make your NFT on. We're going to add a custom feature, a custom contract feature. If you don't want to join the Blocksee smart contract, you just have to pay the gas fees to create your own contract. Give it whatever metadata you want, description, and put a link here to create a flyer or to get referral tracking. These grayed out features are coming in the next month or two on our roadmap to, you'll be able to create rarity attribute collections, unlockable content. In a few days, we're actually going to be unlocking this send QR code option and email option. They're built on our dev server right now, and we're pushing into staging in a couple of days, but this will allow an email notification to go to anyone who gave an email address when you airdrop them, and we'll also alert them to their social IDs. And you'll be able to put QR code overlays to create tickets and coupons as NFTs. You can set the price that you want, the sale address for any proceeds if you're selling the NFT. You can even get a royalty percentage on all future sales if you want to do that. So then I would save my NFT, and then I've got some different options, things I can do to it. So when I select it, I can assign this NFT to a list. So everyone on this list would be people that I know have 100 Crypto Oracle tokens, or they topped off that month. And then if this was a membership or subscription NFT, we would have to do a little bit of custom work on the back end. I don't think we would exactly use this minting panel for the Crypto Oracle use case, but it's pretty close. But anyone on this allow list or assign list are the only ones who even see it, who will be able to access it. Or I could just mint to the list right now. If I did make this a 23 NFT collection, I could just drop it to all those people. So that is the NFT minter list builder. And then the engagement tab, what I can do is I can create token gated widgets that I can add to my website or to any website, to create a microsite that I spin up just to drive social media campaigns to this page. I can customize the button colors to match the style guide on my page. And I also just get these little HTML text blocks. And when I put this top block into the header, it does make the whole layout of this widget match your site. And then I just copy and paste this other code block in. This is the software where we run the Blocksee external site. It was super easy to add this. All I had to do was put a custom code block into this page and then paste that HTML in here. And then it shows up like this to the user, who now can just connect a wallet and then get into those, the token gated chat, the registration form, the marketplace that we just built. And you don't have to show all three of these. You can just show the marketplace, or just show the chat, or just have the registration form, because those were check boxes. You could also have it so just the marketplace widget shows up first, and then after they click buy now, then they'll get prompted to add a wallet. And Peter Camille's, who's on the call, has been working with us as a beta tester to really look at how we can have it be more of a Web2 experience, where if someone comes to this form could be there first without the connect wallet button. Then when they fill this out, it can create a custodial wallet to the end user that they would have to, that they can then have a wallet without having to do any work, just attached to their profile, just by entering a PIN number. And then they're in, and they have Web3 assets as a previously Web2 user. And then the token gated chat is here, where only folks who had the token or had the access to get into this. And I can have a very private, secure group chat on my site, as opposed to having to send people to Discord. So my best customers, my best holders get an exclusive branded experience here with other top degens in their community. And then when you fill all that in, it then pushes that user data over here into this community funnel, where I can then build those lists of exclusive to people who've opted in data. And you can see this is someone who filled in a form and put their data into the system. So that's kind of a quick overview of Blocksee, how it works, what it does. Hopefully it's given some vision to that use case we were talking about for the collective in terms of how that could work. But I'm happy to stop here and open it up to any questions.
Amazing. Lou, you usually get the first question.
Johnny, is your hand still up? Or
I think that might be from before.
Okay.
I'll ask one after Lou, though.
I'm getting on the train, yeah. Let Johnny.
Oh, Johnny, go. Cool. I'm curious to hear a little bit more of like the nuts and bolts of what it looks like from both. So for me, the most important point of this is when the consumer, for lack of a better term, like opts in and starts engaging. So what are some brainstormed ways that you guys have come up with? So like, let's say that I'm a founder. What do I have to do? What's the unlock that's going to get me to go from this was a spreadsheet of wallets to I now know who these people are? You mentioned one, which was like put your email in to gain access to the game. I'm curious, what other forms of that tipping point do you have in your back pocket?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of them. Like enter your email to just to even be able to enter the membership, to get the subscription, to be able to access or purchase whatever it is that we're selling. You could create a minimal data entry point, like just an email address, if you want to make that a requirement. So there's all kinds of incentives that you can require to put that in. Right now, this version of it, all those fields are not required, but it's your call to action, your call as to whether someone does it, and then you'll be able to look at that list and verify that they did do it, to again, like, put them on a list to even be able to have the membership or the subscription. Does that answer your question, Johnny?
Yep. Wait, Alan?
Yeah, hi. I'm wondering about whether this is being provided as a software, as a solution, or is it available for someone to self-host if they wanted to do that?
It is being offered as software as a service. And when you say self-host, what do you mean?
Are you providing the software itself, like out on GitHub, to say, I want to take an instance of your Blocksee, but I want it running on my servers?
Not exactly. We are offering a white labeled solution. So if you want to do that, we could work with you and skin the whole thing. You could just take our APIs and plug it into your front end. But we wouldn't do it through a GitHub repository. We would work with you to do that implementation.
Okay, great, thanks.
And the way our SaaS offering works is it's a freemium model to start. We're going to be launching this in about a week on our website, definitely by the end of the month, where the first 100 wallets you'll be able to access for free, and all of the features in here, including making NFTs and everything. But it'll cap it at 100 wallets that you see here in any list. So then if you want to go to 5,000 wallets in your list and be able to airdrop that many, then that'll only be $100 a month. And if you buy a full year subscription, only $50 a month to start. And then the pricing will tier up based on if you want longer lists, if you want to be able to put in more smart contract address, then we've got a 3-tier pricing model.
Okay, that sounds good. Actually, a follow-on, what's the roadmap look like? What other features will you be adding?
Well, I could show you on a slide. So one of the things is adding the mobile app, and it's going to be that'll be coming soon. Of course, one will be adding more chains like Solana, but it's also going to be being able to token gate Discord and Telegram bots. It's going to be more sales KPIs and tax planning data. So as you're selling it, that data will be reported in, and we'll use a partner to actually connect out to tax. Vertical segmentation tagging. So in that user profile, you'll be able to tag a wallet and say, oh, this is a PFP collector or a sports collector. We'll learn from that manual tagging. A customer service ticketing system. Let's see what else. Yeah, that's a lot of the stuff coming that some of these things we've already implemented now. But yeah, this gives you a more full or a full bidirectional integration with HubSpot. Where right now it's just going to be able to leverage the email list that you built in HubSpot and connect to those for when you're sending out airdrops and having it automatically connect to a HubSpot list. So yeah, this is our roadmap.
Great.
Also automations. So for the use case Lou was talking about, it'll, like, if you need to top off your account to be able to keep your Crypto Oracle collection membership up to date, it will send an alert saying, hey, you need to top off your wallet if you want to go to the calls next month. And then also be able to automatically just airdrop people rewards once they hit that 5-holder, tier or whatever you created in those lists, rather than having to manually do it. They can just once they buy that 5th NFT, they'll just automatically get airdropped that reward. So automation, drip campaigns, things like that will also be coming.
Cool. Any other questions, guys?
Peter.
Hey guys, as Eric mentioned, I'm a beta tester of the product, and one thing I do want to point out is that Eric and his partner Josh have been extremely responsive, which is great when you're working with anyone. And I love their roadmap, and they're really sort of open to figuring out how the platform can fit into specific use cases. So it's just been really fun working with them, and I'm super excited to see when they get out of beta and go public, or go release their MVP, and seeing all the great things that are on their roadmap come to life.
Thanks, Peter. It's been fantastic working with you. You've really helped us improve the product.
Awesome. Kyle?
Yeah, hey, as somebody who works in PR, this is actually really cool. And I think there's a lot of potential to what can happen. And I think I've definitely seen you at the Web3 house in San Francisco, so I'll have to introduce myself next time. But yeah, I mean, my question is essentially around like a tool I've seen used by Muckrack, which is like incorporating how like you can profile people's like different Web3 profiles and like add their Twitter and things like that. Do you have any thoughts of like adding a feature like that, of like letting people create like an avatar of themselves as like a marketer or something like that? Because I don't know, I think that kind of adds into that ethos you were saying earlier about like, do it yourself and just kind of marketing yourself as like a piece of like a brand.
That's really interesting. I hadn't heard that. I think you could just mint an NFT that's that's just your avatar NFT, and then just use it as a PFP. But it's interesting to think about how to incorporate that into a user profile in Blocksee. I like that idea. Let's talk about it next time we're at House Club 3.
Yeah, man. I'll probably be there in like 2 weeks.
Cool.
But yeah, man. See you there.
Yeah, see you there. Hey, David.
Hey,
David.
what's up? Just want to ape in with the comment previous and say I'm about to be a beta tester of the product, and just echo the fact that Eric and his partner are a pleasure to work with. Very easygoing, and when you're dealing with software, I can't tell you how important that is. So looking forward to testing out the product, and I'll report my findings when I'm done. Just want to throw that in there.
Thanks, David. We can't wait to get you in it. Let's set up a call this week if you're free.
Yep, you got it.
Hello.
Hey, I was actually wondering with John here, assume John Sarson's still on the call.
just to the degree that he's been talking with investors, other investors about Blocksee, kind of what he's learned.
Yeah, I mean, we think that Blocksee is really well positioned because there's like major pain points for organizations that are trying to expand more into Web3. And one of them is lack of an adequate CRM. The other is automation, both of which Blocksee kind of like tackles head on. There's like a Salesforce solution for Web3 that's like an add-on to like a $5,000 a month subscription to Salesforce, but that doesn't really capture the meat of the Web3 movement, which we believe is kind of like led by the creator and the small business, and, trying to establish a digital community, and then to
sure, John, I'm sorry,
monetize that community.
No. The question wasn't, and I think I understand well, the CRM aspect and the really deep need for that. I was thinking to the degree that you've had conversations with other investors, as we're about to, go out and, reach out to VCs and, make introductions. And so I just was seeing if there was anything that you could learn that you could share just in the discussions you've had about kind of what resonated and such.
I think the fact that this is like a software as a service model and it's a B2B sale is both something that has been like interesting to investors. They like that, and also the fact that it's like an upgradable platform. So like as we get like crypto regulation that says, hey, we need to get these things, then like Blocksee can like become like the compliance solution for projects as well. We've talked to them about like integrations with BlockPass, which is like a KYC organization, which according to Eric's comments back to me, like that's really easy to integrate with these guys.
No,
So yeah,
all super good points.
They all think that this is getting all the right notes. I'm excited to get this one out in front of AngelList. I think that this company's going to be a big company in 2 years.
Perfect. Thanks, John.
Thanks, John. I like what you were saying before, where just in terms of, what did you say, 5 million small businesses in America, and you imagine 3 million of them will be using Web3 tools in the next couple of years. I agree with that completely. And I think you're right. I mean, I think that's why we're so well positioned, where we have that $100 a month tier, whereas for Salesforce, you have to have that $5,000 minimum paid, subscription to even add the Web3 features on top, which is just going to knock out 95% of the market. So yeah, we do have this sort of long tail go-to-market strategy. So thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, I think that, this is a tool that like we use at the American Crypto Academy to run our business. And it would be really hard to run the business effectively, the Web3 business, without this. And the platform's flexibility has been really impressive. And the features are really cutting edge. Like we all have like NFTs in our wallet that are like gunking up our wallet, and the ability to send someone a promotional NFT for an event coming up on Saturday, and then it leaves their wallet and it expires on Sunday. Like that's nice. I wish everybody did that, right? Or like the executable NFTs where like you use them once and kind of like redeem them. Like this functionality is really cutting edge stuff, and I think very, very useful to Web3 communities. Anybody that's done like a 10K drop, like they're all hurting now for like how to like effectively communicate with their community. And this platform's also well set up to do like a physical digital type of relationship where like you can, someone buys like the concert poster, then they can get the corresponding concert poster NFT, and you capture their address and their email and everything all in this nice little CRM. And then you can start to really migrate them to a full Web3 client while leaving them in Web2 land until they're ready.
I also think that we need to talk about the elephant in the room, and that how early we are, which is this. This product becomes more and more valuable as adoption goes, and it's only going to go up and down. So, Blocksee's value is really down the road, I think, is going to be immense.
Thanks, Max. Thanks, John. We really love the support that we've gotten from the collective, and just tying it back into the initial part of this call. There's a lot of value in the membership. I think obviously just from these calls and everything we learn, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and just the collaboration that I've been able to have with other members, just as beta testers or just as friends that I've made in Web3, like Mihai from Bean. It's awesome. So, I can't recommend the collective enough for other startup founders or even just collectors or enthusiasts of the space. It's amazing. So thank you for all the support.
Thanks, Eric. Those were very kind words. Lou, you still have your hand raised? Or is that from before? Oh. Maybe Lou's trying to talk and getting bad service. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much, Eric. I think it's really the next couple of months are going to be really exciting for Blocksee.
Hey, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I just wanted to thank you for those kind words, Eric, as well as say that we're going to ask you to repeat those again and again.
Yeah.
To other potential clients.
Absolutely. No, I'm happy to.
Cool, Max. Sorry, you were finishing up.
No, yeah. I mean, I don't have anything else. We have 6 more minutes. I know there's a lot of Crypto Mondays going on tonight. Lou, do you want to talk about the New York one?
Well, anybody want to yap while we're all here any more about the, more at the higher level about the token gating?
I want to hear about Eric's experiences at CBGB. I went to Xavier High School and NYU in the city back in the days when CBGBs was jamming.
Yeah, those were the days. Yeah, I lived in New York from '89 to roughly '92, on and off. And I was playing in a band called Francis Gum, which was we were based at UMass. And so we would, go drive to Boston and play shows at the Middle East. We would go down to CBGBs and play shows. And we did a lot of shows with this band called Pavement. That was a really popular indie rock band in the 90s. They just did a reunion tour this last year. And it was amazing. It was, it's fun to be in that scene and be able to just, walk a few blocks and go see a show or play a show all over the village. And so, yeah, that was a fun time. It sounds like you were there for part of it. So
yeah, what instruments do you play?
In that band, I played bass and I also played guitar and some drums and some clarinet.
I'm a drummer myself, trying to learn piano.
Yeah, it's awesome. Hopefully we'll get to jam sometime for you.
Cool.
Yeah. Were you playing in bands back then?
Nah, I was just playing for fun with my friends in the basement.
That's the best. That is what it's all about.